Welcome back, everybody, to the wonderful wide world of Pokemon. This is episode, I want to say 15 of this. At this point, it's like we're in season 2. We're racking them up at this point. We're here.
We're really racking them up at this point.
Yeah, it's the Mount Silver podcast. At this point, we have 4 badges. My name is Meals. I am here with the Platinum Chanel boy himself, Jeff.
Yeah. What's up, man?
And I'm here with Big Gucci Pafif himself.
Hello.
And we are here, of course, to discuss Pokemon and everything that we love of it. First of all, we want to thank everyone once again who showed up to our live watches. It's been great doing them. It's been great interacting with people. And it's been great just rewatching old episodes of Pokemon. You really get to see how silly this shit actually is. And as a kid, you don't even
it's much different, man.
Yeah, now that I'm old enough, I don't want to say that I'm old enough to enjoy it because this is definitely made for kids. But now
it's unintentionally fucking dark so often.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable between the nonsensical elements and the elements where you're like, wait, this person died.
Yeah.
It's great.
So with that said, I mean, we've got 4 badges already. This is not a route that I would have taken to get to the 5th badge. Obviously, I think in normal conventions, when you go to the 4th badge, you're going to Celadon City. You're not hitting up Sabrina and getting smoked in the first 6 seconds of your battle. But we're going to Celadon City. Let's talk a little bit about Celadon City in the game.
Celadon City.
Capitalism. Paradise.
You know what? I'm gonna ask Jeff, how did it look in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee? Because I just remember, of course, the Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow version of it just being it's a building of various sizes. One is really taller than the other, some are really wider than the other, but ultimately just things of all sizes. I mean, did it look great in that game?
No, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's the same layout, same setup for the most part. Just increased graphics, it looks pretty nice. Only thing you can't do is gamble anymore. So
wait, they took out the gambling?
They did take it out.
Take it out.
Wow. Yeah. So what is Team Rocket secretly?
It's still there, but you just can't. There's nothing. It's not really an actual hideout anymore. That game center is a whole nother experience. It's I was hoping I could walk in there and just get to it for 2-3 hours like I used to.
This is why they took it out.
Yeah, it is why I took it out. But the layout is basically the same. I mean, it's still pretty cool.
Oh my god, that's so insane that they took out the gambling in this game.
Well, I guess they realized man, we actually did have 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-old kids.
Yes, me.
Putting their shit on the line. So they was we gotta take this out the game.
Give me flamethrower.
Right.
Yeah, come on. Nuts. I'll be back.
The funniest thing was I don't think we've ever talked about this before, but the symbols on the slot machines, and this is basically what I know about slot machines in real life, but
right.
The 7s were, you needed the 3 7s to really cash out. But I didn't know what getting any of the other symbols meant. Sometimes, they would line up and you'd randomly get, 25 coins or something. It'd be like, okay, this round paid for itself. But I didn't know what any of this stuff meant.
Right.
No, not at all. I don't know.
The coin case doesn't even exist in the game, so.
Key item deleted.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Fair. Because unless you were a gambling maniac, what did you really need the coin case for in the game?
Okay, actually, here's why they took out the gambling in Let's Go, because they actually just channeled all of the addictive energy into just Pokemon Go, and they couldn't have people sitting inside doing the gambling. They needed people getting out and doing the actual addiction of Pokemon Go.
That's real. Huh. I did spend real time on it, so.
Well, yes, and I'm still on Pokemon Go, obviously.
See, look, fiends.
Yes, 100%. But you know what? The gambling, it's not like I would have stayed in my house gambling all day, but it would have been nice. It would have been nice.
It would have been, yeah. Come on. It's so classic.
That same, when did gambling become not for for kids, I guess.
But when did this thing that's illegal in like 95% of the U.S. When did that become inappropriate?
When did they take the family kid?
Yeah, I really feel like Game Freak just snuck it in there, because I mean, even at that time, I feel like somebody should have been like, "Hey, this is a kids game. What's going on?"
Yeah.
Rated E.
Yeah. Well, as we all know, I mean, as with any gambling corner or casino, corruption, because the actual casino was owned by Team Rocket. And not only just owned by Team Rocket. I mean, you move the picture thing, and then it was supposed to like open a wall. It was supposed to be like some wall that kind of slowly moved aside, and it ended up being like, because of like the graphics in 1998, it just like
it just opened.
Yeah,
it just opened.
I'm pretty sure.
Like, a black spot.
It did actually make a loud noise.
It did.
Oh shit! Okay.
I guess nobody saw that.
And of course you go down and there's like mad levels to this, and it's actually like a whole new world to try to like capture or overthrow Team Rocket, just the things a standard 10-year-old kid. I mean, if overthrowing an evil corporate organization is bad, why is gambling so wrong for kids? Right. You know what I'm saying?
The hideout you would die from using those spinny tiles in the hideout.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I know why it makes sense as a puzzle in a game, but being spun around like that, why did they build those?
Yeah, I mean, it's a much easier way to walk through that shit.
It's they had to jazz it up, for the games. Let's use all this HTML code.
There was the whole elevator key card thing that was so common with Team Rocket.
Oh, so you can get through all the doors.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fair. Why not? Also in Celadon City, of course, the biggest mall ever. Just random. You just go there. I would probably just go to the top floor, get fresh water and lemonade.
Like the EV's there too. You can get that EV in the back of the building.
100% there
on the top of the building.
Very expensive TMs. I just remember that, like Thunder and Blizzard, and like I don't want to say Giga Impact, maybe Hyper Beam. There we go.
Hyper Beam wasn't there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so it's like, very expensive town. It was just there at the shop. I think through most games, except maybe the last game, maybe Sword and Shield, I did actual shopping from time to time. But most games I didn't really do any shopping. Yeah, this is true. But like most games, I didn't really do the shopping because it's like you could find all the things that you need on the way. And if my Pokemon are strong enough, like why the hell am I?
Almost anything you could buy out, anything you would actually. I mean, tell me if I'm just speaking for myself here, but anything you'd actually ever use, you get at the regular Pokemart. The shit that you buy at the Celadon store and like other places, like I'm not using X speed ever. I never will. I use that.
The only thing that was in there that I remember, I was like, man, I might be better than everybody. It was like buying calcium and zinc and shit with all your money in the game.
$10,000 protein.
So expensive
for one.
For
one. So.
Oh my god, so crazy. But you know what? Once I learned that you can't just pump your Pokemon full of rare candies and expect to be strong by itself, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should invest in these protein and calcium things. And then I went broke trying to do that, and then I never did it again. But I don't know. Items in the game
still expensive, like in Sword and Shield. Even after in the post game, they're still expensive.
Well, I feel like in Sword and Shield, they make sure it's a point that even if you're running low on money, you'll throw some pearls and shit every day. You'll get some pearls or a string or necklaces or whatever the hell it is, and you'll get that, and you can throw it in the wild area. In these games, it was kind of like if you found a nugget, you were just like, oh, okay, I'll store this until later, I guess.
Right.
Or rather, I just remember not Heart Soul. I mean, just Gold and Silver itself. Like your mom would just save all your money. So it's like I never felt like I was going broke.
Yeah.
Unless when she bought stupid shit. I think that was when it is what it is. But
you
also
can't sit in a bar and she buys a potion and a repel. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Also in Celadon City, there's a gym. The Celadon City gym, grass types. Not really a memorable nor hard gym. I think
No.
grass types are probably the most formidable type. One of the more formidable types in the game. Like they have so many weaknesses.
They do. I think they did well with design for the most part with grass, but yeah, they also messed up because, like you said, a lot of weaknesses. So they were like, let's make sure these motherfuckers look cool at least.
Yeah, like gym leader itself, Erica, the gym leader, who we're going to talk about a little bit in the episode today. But she, again, not that hard. Not something where it's like. Okay, so the Pokemon she had in the original Red and Blue game, she had Victory Bell at level 29, which is crazy. Had Poison Powder and Sleep Powder, so you're either one way or another you were getting flambéed.
Yeah.
She got Tangela, and then she had Vileplume with Petal Dance and Mega Drain. And Mega Drain was a move, I guess, it's like, oh shit, this is annoying. You're taking my health, and now you're increasing your health. But then
as a kid, I'm like, I need this. But then I got older and I was like, nah, this really ain't that.
Nah.
It's like the X speeds. I just don't use stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just, I might, if you're being a troll, obviously, if you're in a competitive thing and you need like Leech Seed or like whatever the hell it is used to annoy people in the game, then I can understand that. If you're running a Whimsicott and you want to be an asshole, I can expect
legit though.
Yeah,
I like Leech Seed.
But yeah, most of these things, like she stood no chance, really. Victory Bell, cool. Third form, great. I'm watching you. Charmander, Charmeleon, wherever I'm at. Pidgeotto, Fearow, wherever I'm at.
Like everybody had a bird. And at this point, you probably had a fire type if you didn't get one going, to Celadon. If it was Growlithe or Vulpix, or like you said, a lot of us started with Charmander, so this was really nothing.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's just overwhelming force, and you can and you can beat it pretty easily.
What levels were her Pokemon? Like high 20s, very high 20s, low 30s,
high 20s in red, green, and blue, and low 30s in yellow. So
there's a chance in Red and Blue because a lot of people would just use their starter like only. Like that was like you'd be at school and kids would have like a level 70 Charizard and like no other Pokemon.
It's not obeying, but it's gonna get a hit every one.
Yeah, exactly. But in this case, you might actually have like, especially I guess yellow, you might not have a Charizard, but like in the original ones, if she has like a 29 level Pokemon, you could easily have gotten Charizard at level 36 at that point if you just used him a little over. So it's totally over.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't a hard battle. Even in the actual anime itself, which I guess we can get into now, doesn't seem to be particularly. I mean, well, this anime is full of chicanery. This is the most. I think with this episode, I think it is the most. I don't know. It's just weird. There's a lot of extra forces that go into Ash getting this gym badge, and a lot of it isn't the battle. So the team of Misty, Ash, Brock. Let's see, what new Pokemon does Ash have? He doesn't really have much new Pokemon. I mean, he's got the 3 starters. I think he still has Butterfree at this point. He definitely still has Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is a stalwart for the entire series.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah, Pidgeotto's not changing. Not learning any new moves, not changing,
Gave him away as well in the end, but we'll get to that later.
Let's see, Pikachu, of course, and all this other stuff. So they enter Celadon City, perfume store, and Brock is enamored for the ladies. Misty's enamored because I guess she's a girl. And Ash is like, WTF? Why are people so thing over this perfume store? This doesn't make any sense. I don't get perfumes. It's just a way for women to control men. And I was like, whoa. Okay.
It got dark, man.
A little toxic.
You know about it?
How do you know?
Also, like, who's getting controlled by perfume? Even in like what a ridiculous thing to say.
Listen, a good scent will like, ooh, okay, all right, scent on, all right.
mind control.
So because of Ash's radical views on perfume, they kick him out the store. And he is also no longer, when he goes to the gym, when he's like, oh, I'm trying to challenge the gym, he is also kicked out of the gym because the people who own the gym also own the perfume store, which is crazy.
This is corruption of the highest kind.
That they would even decide to like, or just move along and say like, you know what, we're not accepting you as a challenger. Go get your gym somewhere else. Go to one of Gary's 10 gyms or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
not here.
Back to Porta Vista.
You're sexist.
Meanwhile, Team Rocket has a plot. They also want to enter the gym to get the secret formula for the perfume, which is like, I don't know what the secret formula is. It looks like gloom residue. I don't know what to say. Gloom is a major part of this episode. Really put over in this episode.
Yeah.
Team Rocket needs to focus on stealing one thing.
One thing at a time. One thing. I mean,
how does their operation work that stealing perfume works in the same way that stealing that Pikachu works?
Well, I'm gonna say maybe this was more of a personal goal. Maybe this wasn't more of a
yes,
goal.
Fair enough.
Maybe this was a nefarious thing. We're like, all right, we need cash, quick. Let's produce perfume. They try to break into the gym. Gloom manages to smoke them with the smell because Gloom
stinks.
Yeah, Gloom stinks. If he doesn't like you, he stinks.
Gross piece of shit, Gloom.
Let's go of a scent. I can only imagine the scent. I hate terrible scents, like stuff that smells like for instance, diapers.
Yeah, ooh. I think Vileplume is based off this like plant that has a very, very like awful smell.
I mean, its name starts with vile.
Yeah, so I mean, you can imagine like how can they even stand being around it? This nigga Gloom is literally drooling at all times.
And it's apparently nectar or something.
Perked up. Right? Just eyes closed, drooling, waddling around.
I need to find the Pokedex entry for. I'm gonna look up that while we continue this.
I feel like it's nectar or something along those lines, but definitely look it up.
I need to get a hold of some of that nectar.
Oh my god! But at some point in this episode, Ash meets up with Team Rocket. I mean, Ash's friends have pretty much just, including Pikachu, have just let him dry, which is terrible friendship. So he manages to run into Team Rocket, who was also kicked out the gym, and they decide, let's put a plan together because you're trying to enter the gym. I'm trying to enter the gym. You got to get your badges. We've got to maybe steal something, maybe not. Who knows?
Check this out. We're here, guys. Generation 1 Pokédex entry. In yellow, Gloom's Pokédex entry says, smells incredibly foul. However, around one out of 1,000 people enjoy sniffing its nose-bending stink.
Wow.
Boom. Roasted.
In Pokemon Stadium, it says you can smell it from over a mile away.
See, they always put those lures in it, and it's like realistically, who's smelling a Gloom from a mile away?
Let's be real
funny. There's got to be some of the biggest lies ever in the original
Glooms in the area
entries.
Now, in the regular red and blue, the fluid that oozes from its mouth isn't drool; it is nectar that is used to attract prey. So there you go.
Boom! I knew it. I remember reading that. But yeah, the more you know about Gloom, maybe we should do this for every episode.
Yeah. Pokedex entries.
It's too late now.
Right.
But with that said, Ash and Team Rocket joined forces for a nefarious cross-dressing plan to infiltrate the Celadon City gym. Ash dresses up as a girl, also known right now as Ashley.
Cross-dressing.
The little voice, hi, yes, I would love to challenge for your gym. You know, kind of that. I respect it.
Much better than Tom Ado.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Shout out to all the Ashley.
Ooh, we got to do that episode for a live watch.
I know, right?
Oh my god, the Kaz and Yaz gyms. I love it. But they dress up as his parents. They manage to get in. Ash manages to get in. Team Rocket manages to get in. And you know, they end up meeting Ashley ends up meeting Brock, Misty, Pikachu, and stuff. And they're having fun in the gym. Meanwhile, I mean, Team Rocket's going and do their own thing. They've already shed their disguises, going to find this thing and have a plan to actually blow up the gym, which is insane. I mean, we've gone to another level at this point.
Also, it's highly flammable with all the perfume.
Yeah. Actually, that makes so much sense now, considering the the massive 5-alarm fire that ends up at the end of this episode. Like, it's really insane.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's full blown. I mean, they do terrorism every episode, but this is real terrorism.
They do terrorism every episode.
This takes the cake. Yes, 100%. Eventually, Pikachu discovers that this girl is not actually a girl, and it is a guy. How did he find that out? I don't know. He just sniffed her.
Pikachu, you would know in a second. If it's an animal that lives by your side, it would know immediately. I guess it is in a cloud of scented haze, but
yeah.
Come on.
Pikachu was definitely looking at him like, what the hell are you doing?
What the hell is going on here? And she's like, please don't stare at me like that. And then Pikachu eventually shocks him and the wig comes off. The dollar store synthetic wig comes off. And, Ash reveals himself and he's like, yeah, it's me. And he's like, oh my God, you did all of this for battle. And he's like, yes, I'm trying to battle your gym. Duh. The fuck?
I'm saying.
You finally, you know what? Erica says, you know what? You want the gym battle so bad? Let's do it. And we get the gym battle between Ash and Erica. An interesting battle. I'm legitimately watching it now as we go through this. Erica sends out Tangela first. Tangela. I mean,
Tangela.
We have an interesting Pokédex entry on Tangela.
I'm not sure. We can look that up as well. Tangela, I like Tangela for the most part.
Tangela is a human trapped inside of a plant for eternity.
a little disappointed, and he's got sneakers. He's got red sneakers, and
it's a child.
Oh my God!
I am disappointed in the evolution of it. I didn't really care for Tangrowth. I don't know. It's a little further down the line. Let's see. The whole body is swamped with wide vines that are similar to seaweeds. The vines shake as it walks. Nothing really too cool on here. Pokemon Yellow, its identity is obscured by a mass stick of blue vines. The vines are said to never stop growing.
Do we need?
Can we talk about how Tangela got one of the biggest? Everybody did after the original artwork, but Tangela got one of the biggest makeovers, going from kind of a gross looking cube to a cute orb of vines. And,
they definitely snuck that.
Yeah, and I agree. Tangrowth, Tangela did not need
an evolution.
Yeah, I get why. They, I think we've mentioned before, maybe or at least off mic, about Tangela's in the cool section of Pokemon that are only start appearing. They're at the end of the Pokedex, and they only start appearing at the end of the game. And that's awesome. But because of that, a lot of them, like Magmar or Tangela, and a few others, never really get their just due, basically because of that.
Yeah, agreed. I would have preferred they just gave it a Mega or something instead and called it a day.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting little tidbit that I just found at the end of this Bulbapedia article. It said, in the Pokemon Red and Blue beta, Tangela was originally known as Medusa.
Was it snakes?
So I guess
they had a snake design.
Hopefully, who knows?
That would have been insane.
That would have been crazy. Just snakes of
yeah.
But then also it would have been scary. It would have been scary. This Tangela is a lot more kute and kid friendly and things like that. But yeah,
it's grass type too, so it's damn.
It definitely does look like a tiny person in a in a body. It actually looks creepy now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Tangela sends out against Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur gets worked by a stun spore really, really quickly.
Would stun spore even work on a Bulbasaur now? It would, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think powders or any of those stun moves work on other grass types.
Yeah.
Interesting. In the second batch of battles, Weeping Bell is sent out against Charmander. Finally, Ash decides, you know what? Let's use type advantage while we got it.
Genius.
Razor Leaf by Weeping Bell. Ash counters with a flamethrower, which apparently turns all the leaves into like meteors that are coming in the way of Weeping Bell. and
Super
and that's just science.
Yeah. It's just like suddenly Weeping Bell is completely regretting this Razor Leaf, and it gets called back. Then Gloom comes out. Gloom issues that smell thing, and before you know it, Charmander is immobilized by the smell and refuses to battle, and just he's called back.
That thing was real, man. Like, if that was an actual thing, I mean, Gloom would be so
an
OP.
ability or something.
Yeah.
An ability.
If that was a real thing, all the humans in the vicinity would literally be like puking.
Yeah.
Like,
it does have the hidden ability stench. But all it does is it's like a repel for wild Pokemon. Like, if you put it first in your party, you won't run into as many wild Pokemon.
Oh, well, I could see that. I
like that.
That's cool.
So Pikachu is like, I'll sub in. Like, I know you were playing games earlier, but I'll just sub in. Like, relax. So he gets ready to sub in, but then Team Rocket appears and says, you know what? We've stole this formula. Our job here is done. Then they just throw the bomb down, or they at least detonate the bomb. The entire gym explodes. They blast off into space, or wherever it is. Just blast off.
Just blast off. Land on their neck somewhere.
The gym is now engulfed in flames. Like, this is a real fire, like crazy amount of fire.
Everyone
and they're all like, yo, let's get out all the Pokemon and forget Gloom, your breadwinner, the person making the secret formula. And Erica's like, where's Gloom? And it's like, bruh, I'm sure maybe they expected Gloom to run out on his own, but also like, it's your Pokemon. Call it back. Something.
Yeah. Where's Gloom? Gloom's leaning like a 3-legged lion.
So slow.
Gloom is like trapped in still wherever they were at the gym. Just didn't realize that the fire is going on, but now it's incredibly afraid. Ash is like, fuck it. We're going in. Runs full force into a burning gym.
In
says, I'll save. Yeah. In jeans, debris and rubble falling from the ceiling. He's like, I'll save Gloom. Forget the actual fire and all the debris and stuff. He's worried about the scent. He's worried about the smell. He's like, yo, will I be able to even get to it with the smell thing? And it's like, will you be able to even get to it alive? Like, are you
what
insane?
About smoke inhalation, you dumbass?
I'm saying, what do you think you're doing?
Nonetheless, Ash saves Gloom because, of course, this is a cartoon. Like, we're not going to kill the main character that quick. Maybe in another anime. Not this one, though. They managed to put out the fire. It's like, it's weird because the fire department is like not even there. It's just gym trainers with hoses and Pokemon just shoot water or put out this entire fire. The
firefighters were all at the mall.
So with that said, the gym is saved by the end of the episode, and because the gym is saved, because they saved Gloom, Erica says, you know what? I'm gonna wait till this police siren passes by first. But you know what?
We almost had it.
We almost had it. You know what? We're gonna give you the gym badge. We're gonna give you the rainbow badge. You've now been awarded the rainbow badge. What does the rainbow badge do? I think maybe like special goes up or something along those lines. But all Pokemon above level 30 can obey you.
Right.
Yeah. Everything above level 30 can obey you now. Like, you're good. And Ash gets his seemingly 5th badge. And he's happy. I mean, as he should be.
He's skating through this shit.
Yeah. Pokemon up to level 50 will obey. And you can use strength outside of gym. Outside of battling. So you know what? Fair. But that is the episode. I mean, it's a crazy episode. When you look back at it all and all the hijinks outside of the actual gym battle, I mean, we've talked about it plenty of times in this episode. The gym battle itself is the most inconsequential part of this episode, it seems.
It is.
It is mostly to do with shenanigans surrounding everything. The fires, the perfumes, the plots, the everything. Yeah, we're making a kid show. We're not making.
We're at one literal gym battle.
Yeah.
For Ash at this point. Five badges, one is legit.
But you know what? He's got the rainbow badge. He's out here cooking. The next gym that is up is quite a bit away. Actually, it is the Fuchsia City gym, which is in the middle of nowhere. But they go through. That's, I mean, yes.
Oh, it's not inaccurate.
So let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything that happened after this gym. Okay, so boom. Oh, before this, I forgot. Ash gets a primate before this episode. Doesn't use it in the battle,
primate.
But gets the primate.
He's kind of scared of it.
It beat the shit out of him the last episode. So yes, I think I would be as well. So he's got primate from. Yeah. I love primate. I've always been fond of primate since that episode. Never used it because it's just not good anymore.
Yeah,
but it's, I've always been fond of it. Let's see what happens a little bit after this episode. A little bit after this episode, he gives away primate.
True Ash fashion.
Idiot.
Let's see what else he gets. And we have, of course, the classic Diglett Dig trio episode. So you have that to look forward to if you're binging these episodes while we're going through these episodes and you want to go through the stuff in between. There's a lot of great stuff. There's a lot of great content. But there's also a lot of great content on RNC Radio, which you can subscribe to as well. Make sure you subscribe to everything that we've got over on the channel. Make sure you subscribe to everything on the Lookout, including Mount Silver Podcast, including the Big Eyes Podcast, which is out every week, every Thursday. So make sure you stay tuned into that. The Lookout is returning relatively soon, actually more sooner. Pretty soon. For those who've gotten the material, when it's returning. For those who haven't gotten the material,
I got it. I've got the material.
Amazing. I'm glad that you got it. For those who have it, you'll know pretty soon enough of when you can expect brand new episodes of The Lookout. And then we're also, continuing to wait for more Isle of Armor news on when that's going to come out and when we can expect a lot of different things concerning that. So we'll also we'll also keep.
We're cleeping Isle of Armor. We are cleeping.
I like that. Cleep.
Yeah.
Keep that in. No edits.
No, of course not. We're keeping a close eye on everything. So make sure you just stay tuned and keep close to RNC Radio. Oh, you know what? What we should talk about, since I think we got maybe a couple more minutes. News of the Pokemon and Netflix relationship. First of all, by the time you hear this episode, it'll be actually, when you hear this episode, it might be the 1 year anniversary of this podcast. Now that I think about it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because yesterday, when you hear this podcast, it'll be yesterday. Yesterday was the 1 year release of Detective Pikachu, which kind of, so we've been doing this podcast for an entire year.
For sure. We did that almost right away. When it came out, I think.
Sequel coming soon.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I wouldn't know what it would be about, but sure.
I'm sure it's coming.
So if you would like, you could always go back to that episode. We'll link it, of course, to listen to the Detective Pikachu episode that we talked about. It was legitimately the first episode of this podcast. But since then, on Netflix made a great agreement. Of course, we saw the remake of the Pokemon First movie in 3D premiered on Netflix a couple months ago. That was okay. And now we have
glowing review from Meals.
I couldn't watch into the entire thing. And now we have the new Pokemon series. It will premiere on Netflix. I believe it is June 15th that it will premiere on Netflix. So what Netflix is doing is every 3 months they'll premiere 12 new episodes of the anime. And
this is just how the anime is airing from now on?
Yeah, I guess. Because I guess Disney XD doesn't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
12 episodes every how long?
3 months.
Every 3 months.
It's basically one episode a week.
Yeah. It's supposed to be.
Which is fine for hour-long dramas, but What about when I want to watch 12
minutes
episodes of an anime in an hour?
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna watch it and you can watch it in half a day and you just have to wait 3 more months. So I'm not really fond of it, what's going on. But then also like COVID has delayed the other episodes. So who knows what we'll get in actual 3 months, but starting June 15th, you'll be able to see the new Pokemon series. Maybe we'll do some cool Netflix party thing for that when it premieres.
We got to do something.
Netflix premiere party. Maybe we can see how Pokemon has changed over the
Wow, so these new episodes are going to be premiering right around when Isle of Armor comes out.
Yes, you know Pokemon.
It's almost as though they're trying to make a bunch of money.
You know, Pokemon, the masters of promotion.
The
masters of promotion. It's never one bag at once. It's multiple bags at the same time. I'm sure there'll be plenty of. Damn, they usually at parties or like release things for Isle, but I guess you don't do it for DLC, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're treating this. This is like a first for Pokemon, so this is kind of.
Yeah.
I'm curious what like the promotion route they're going to take for this because this is all new. So.
And they're probably looking at Animal Crossing and how much they got in. Like,
you already know.
Slot for like they already did a big update. I mean, not a huge update, but they're already doing content on like a game that everyone's playing while they're sitting at home. So
they're gonna bring secret rooms back. They're gonna be like, yo,
there'll be something.
Design your secret room so you can put all your like little Animal Crossing shit in it and let's make it Animal Crossing-esque. Let's carve you a hole in the middle of the wild area so you can build a house there or something along those lines. Who knows?
They did. They're sure they want to be doing some shit like that.
I'm sure they were like, we did this first. Animal Crossing is totally a copy of us. But we'll see. Nonetheless, this is this episode of the Mount Silver Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, we'll be back next week. We'll be going over the Koga episode, poison types, ninjas, throwing stars.
Venonat.
It's Venonat. And that is all that we've got. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure you stay subscribed, stay ready, stay blessed. Take care.